Alright, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakak, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom, to all the hopeful elect brothers that's doing the work of the Lord in sincerity and in truth. The Lord will is going to be a quick lesson going into going into the the wickedness of these companies and how they overwork their uh, their employees. Namely, I'm talking about Amazon because this is going to be a response to to this video from the J Reed. That's his YouTube channel, and the title of the video says Amazon workers are quitting after insane working conditions and low pay. Now, I have a first-hand experience of this because a couple years ago I actually worked at Amazon, and in the beginning it was okay. You know, they gave you as much time to deliver the packages, but then they started coming down with the hammer. You know, they they started cutting your time short, and then they're not starting. Um they started to decrease the time that you're supposed to be finished. So they gave you less time with way more packages. And remember, you have to go in and clock in. Then you have to get the truck, unload the pack, select it, unload the packages into the truck. Well, I would say van. It's not a truck. The Amazon van, the regular gas van, and then you have the electric van. You have to load all the packages into the van. Then you have to drive to your location, which your location with me was a couple miles away. My delivery locations was a couple miles away from from the facility where I work. Then you deliver, and then you have to drive back. And remember, traffic. Traffic can happen. So all that into consideration, they wanted you to be finished when I left in around, basically doing everything in around 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, 7 hours maybe. And I'm gonna go into a scripture. These are the notes. Um, the first one is gonna be where is it? Deuteronomy 25 and in in 4. Deuteronomy chapter 25 verse 4 says, "Thou thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth the corn." And back then in the ancient world, you you, you will have you will have animals to uh to help you, you know, on the farm. Let me show you an example. Do a picture so I can get the point across. Um, it says the practice. Oxen walked in circles over harvested grain to separate kernels from chaff. So it says muzzling would stop the ox from eating, which was considered inhumane and counterproductive, as as a well-fed ox works better. So relating that to humans, relating that to people. So so while the oxen, this is a good picture right there. While the oxen was doing its work, you know, on the field with the grain, you weren't supposed to muzzle it, meaning to put something over its mouth and nose for it to uh, stop it from eating, because it don't make no sense. You just overwork the animal, and if you don't give the animal anything to eat, you the animal won't be able to work good. It's the same thing like people. When you when you when you have employees under you, like say Amazon, uh, these DSPs, uh, they're not supposed to hold back their wages after a long day of work, or they're not supposed to shortchange not supposed to shortchange these workers, paying them little for all those hours, overworking them for nothing basically. Because some of these Amazon workers actually live in their car. They can't afford to get an apartment or even a room here, in these cities because they're so expensive. And talking about the audio quality, you know, because this is an old headphone that I'm using. Um, I lost my other headphone a couple of days ago. I have to get a new one. It's only $20. Um, Now the next scripture is going to be Proverbs 29:2. So yeah, they overworking the people, overworking their workers because there's not much requirements to be an Amazon driver. It's like a it's like a transition job, but many people rely on it to feed their families and to feed themselves and to pay rent, put food on the table. I'll play some of it.
So I've been working at Amazon for almost 2 to 3 months now, something like that. Now they have the craziest demand on how many stops you have to do. This is what my van looks like right now. I have 13 stops left. I just called dispatch, said I'm not doing this anymore, man. I quit. I quit.
He's tired and fed up. You can see it in his face. He's overworked, fed up. I'm gonna skim through um some more. Wait, he didn't show the back of the fan. Let me see it. This is a good
Home
one.
to my kids, 10 o'clock.
Now it depends, guys, and like
Let me see, not that one.
Leadership skills and coach that person when they make a mistake. And the owner of this DSP loves to claim that he has the best leadership skills in the world.
God, no, that's not the one I'm looking for. He showed. I think this is the
I
best
don't
one.
want to put myself through this, man. I don't want to put myself through this. My mental health is worth a lot more than $24. I have 13 stops.
Okay, so that's the amount of stops. Um, the stops are the the tasks, that you have to get completed. Now, each stop might be 5 locations or 10 locations. Let's say, for an example, one stop is an apartment building, 10 Ocean Drive Lane or whatever. You go in that apartment building, you might have 10 apartments or 5 apartments to deliver to, and then you have heavy boxes, waters, envelopes, and you have to remember sometimes they want you to deliver to the door or just deliver in the mailroom. Now that's just one stop, right? One stop could be a ton of packages, and this is 113. When I was doing it, I had like up to like 150 stops, and before I left to go to my other job, I had to literally run to complete the stops because if you didn't get back by a certain time to the facility, then you would get written up. It was bad. I witnessed people get fired, women get fired, and I witnessed this Benjamite woman. She 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 worked so much that she vomit because she wasn't eating and she wasn't hydrated. So when she got back, she was so overworked and dehydrated that she vomited because she was running and hurrying up to do the stops. It's very bad with these companies, and They don't care because they're gonna replace um like 75% of their workforce with robots and automation robots anyway. So Esau's the devil, you know.
Left. I just called dispatch.
Let me get another scripture. I actually made this video before, but it was way too long. I didn't get the point across, and I'm just doing it over again. Way too long. Didn't get the point across, and I just lagged. So Lord will. This is an edifying video. Proverbs 29:2. When the when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the righteous are the Israelites. For example, when King Solomon was in authority during the 40 years of peace, he had control over the region because of his father, King David. His father was involved in a lot of wars, and King David conquered these nations. That's why there was so much blood on his hands that the Lord told him that he could not build his temple. He could not build a temple for him. But that task was given to King Solomon. King Solomon, when he was reigning, everybody was good. You know, when Bathsheba went to visit him, not not Bathsheba, uh, Beersheba, the queen, the Hamite queen went to visit him. He was she was so surprised and uh, astonished, that she thought that the doorman was King Solomon. The doorman was decked out. You know, they were they were in a good state back then. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And the wicked, Job 9:24 is Job 9:24 says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. The judges are the Israelites. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, his son, Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, and the Israelites, also the angels. He covered the faces of the judges thereof because of iconoclasm during the Renaissance period. When Jacob was ruling during the Dark Ages, they made paintings. They made images of themselves depicting the angels, the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and them, because they were ruling, you know, and they were dark skinned. The Israelites are dark skinned, so called black people, so called African American, and uh, so called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The Negro tribes was ruling in Europe during the Dark Ages. When Esau came into power during the Renaissance, he whitewashed the images. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Hand meaning power, and the wicked as a nation are the Edomites, the so-called white people. Let me get back to Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And this man looked like an Israelite from the northern kingdom. He's in mourning. It's like it's kind of cold out here. He's in mourning right now. Not even just Israelites are in mourning because Esau, the other nations here, people in Babylon the Great, period, are catching hell, especially because of the president being here, oppressing everybody, not just the Israelites. Even the even his top supporters, the MAGA people, are starting to turn against him. Um, what's the other scripture? Oh yeah, Revelation 21:4. Uh, let me show you. Let me show you an example. Let me see. Da-da-da. Where where is it? Amazon. 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 Yes, Amazon is actively replacing warehouse roles with robots. Not even just warehouse the delivery, because you have driverless cars for taxis, and you have drones that they could use to deliver packages. Amazon van full of boxes. And this is what I used to do. It used to be filled up to the brim. Sometimes I would have to go out to the back and take out boxes and bags like this just to deliver my first uh, package to my first location or stop. And what I used to do, because I would want to get finished fast, um, I used to work out because this was a workout. I used to take one or two of these bags and put them in my left hand, and then I would take the packages to the left and put put them in my right hand and hold them up uh just to go deliver, because it because the hand trucks most of the time wasn't available, because the workers would misplace them. They'll leave them because they have to hurry. They'll leave them at a stop and then they'll drive off and forget them. So they were lacking hand trucks. So I would just deliver everything by hand. I would pick up the heavy furniture or heavy boxes or heavy water bottle cases and just deliver them. This was a gym workout every day for me. It's pure hell. I remember things like this. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. The people are in mourning. Look at this. He's in mourning. He's not rejoicing. He's not happy. Even eating FedEx workers, and Esau doesn't care because he has robots to replace these people, and robots aren't going to complain about low wages and being overworked. Revelation 21:4 says, uh, 21:4, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Their eyes, talking about the Israelites, starting with the elect, when Yahushua comes back and delivers the elect and the one third of Israel, and and their our bodies are going to be changed. Our bodies are going to be changed into perfect bodies. We won't sin ever again. Therefore, we won't die. We'll be immortal. We'll be gods with a lowercase g on earth. The Israelite man will have thousands of women and thousands of children. We'll live forever. We'll see generation to generation. We'll see our our sons great uh great times 50 son, you know, and we'll all be in our strength, and we won't be old and crooked back, you know. We'll be in perfect health because we won't sin, you know. And that's all because of the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai shedding his blood for the sins of his people, the Israelites, but starting with the elect. That's how we're brought back to the Most High. That's how we're brought back to the truth. That's how we're gonna be delivered. Is because of that. Neither sorrow nor crying. Oh, yeah, you have to have faith in Yahweh Shai, not just the Most High, but Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. If you don't have faith in Yahweh Shai, then you won't be saved, and the other nations can't make it. Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Don't tell me this ain't pain right here. The pain of going through slavery, the pain of living here in Babylon, the pain of having 30% to half of your check taken away in taxes, and then you have to pay all those bills. You know, a pocket, so like your bag filled with holes. You know, your your woman, your wife hating you. Your children might get racially profiled, and then uh, uh, murdered by police, or just racism, period. Neither shall there be no more pain, for the former things are passed away. And this is an example of the former things, being oppressed, low wages, and being overworked. And in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be no more of that, because Yahushua and his people, the Israelites, started with the elect, will be over these nations, or will be in peace. They'll have to bring uh, tr- tribute to us. They'll have to bring their resources to us, just like how we have to go to the wicked for a job, or for a loan, to set up a bank account, or to go to a grocery store or supermarket. They're all owned some way, in some fashion, when you go up to the top, by Edomites, preferably Amalek, small hat people. So we have to go to them for everything. And yeah, the curses that are being lifted, and that's the end of the lesson. Lord will is edifying. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.